are doing. Oh my God. Let me see you with time. Happy Father's Day to all the men them out there. Oh, anyway, people, you know, hmm, as we all, everyone in the world, aware of this plane crash thing that happened. Every one of us aware of it. But people, since this plane crash thing going on and everything, people, I've been just like, I don't know, it's just me. When people post video or something happen, I'm not easily to come out and retaliate over things. I literally like to really just pay close attention on the evidence. And I don't know the survivor, if anyone really, for me, what I literally noticed, some of the things that brought to my attention, I just feel like, I don't know if people pay close attention. Just look at the survivor. I mean, God worked miracle, people, don't get me wrong. But, get home from work and I was literally going through my phone and I come across where people been saying like, the survivor, some suspicious, suspect of certain things. And for a couple of days now, I just keep like rewatching the survivor. And I just try to gather up some evidence for my own self. And, I keep just like saying to my own self, this incident, I mean, God worked miracle. And of course, you can have anything happen and God choose. If it's not your time, it's just not your time. That's how I see life. It happened. There's many times there's a car accident and the car can crush and that driver just walked out like nothing happened. Things can happen, but oh, when I literally look at when I just look at the accident, people, it just really grieved my heart. So sad. And look at myself too, like, I'm a Jamaican and um I flew so many times and I'm a person who don't like plane ride. I'm very scary. I just thought to get used to the plane for my whole life living here. I just thought to get used to the plane 2023 plane ride. Like I could travel by myself. Cause my younger child always want to travel with me because my son know I'm very nervous, anxiety, and panic attack when I'm flying. My son literally knew that. So my younger child loved to fly with me whenever I'm traveling, like taking the airplane. But people, pay close attention to this man, the survivor. And this man walked through a fire, ear over hair, and you want to tell me not even strong enough his hair melt? Come on, people. Just, I don't know. I'm not saying he. The thing is, because now people started retaliating that, all kind of thing. I don't know if he was in the school because they said, the plane, um, flying to a school, a medical school. I don't know if he was in the school, but the easiest way for the government, hello, how you doing? The easiest way for everyone to know if that man was on the plane is to check with the airport to see, if he check in because they snap your picture and those type of things to know if he was really on that flight. And on top of it again, it just like I don't know, it's some little thing hard for me because if you look at that man's face, a man who come through fire, your hair, you know what I mean? Those are just some evidence real and paying close attention to. I don't know if anyone really paying attention to certain things. And okay, it's like how people take so many pictures of this plane crash, like people in the plane, it's so much. If you literally pay attention to many things, people take so many pictures, videos, and those type of thing. It just like those are some those are some things like I don't know. But if you look at this man's face, to me, I don't know if this man, the survivor, look at his hair. You know what I mean? Because if you come to a fire, escape to a fire, people, come on, people. We are human being, and you go to a fire. The heat, I eat alone can scorch you, can just melt your hair. Just to eat alone, and look at that man ear. That man hair not even strong. His hair look the same. Nothing like his hair melted. You know what I mean? Like his hair burn. And eat is something. Touch your ear. You know what I mean? Cause okay, I'm here skinned it. And like sometimes I'm in my home and I'm cooking and I may stretch my hand over or something. I could smell my hair. I gotta be real. You know what I mean? Much less to compare um, a person who escaped through fire and his hair is just still the same. It just, I don't know. It's just God right now. I don't know. I don't know if there's any witness, literally take their eyes and see this man coming from that airplane. I keep looking. People really make up stuff with many videos. Like they're showing how this man, this survivor, really like things. But I don't know. Look at his clothes, people. It's shirt. How come the shirt got so many mess? What happened to the hair? You know what I mean? A person who come through fire that eat some of his hair going to disappear. I'm telling you, we would look at an alopecia person. When I said alopecia, a bald headed. These are just some of my concern and some of the things that I'm paying close attention to. Like it just like if you listen, I mean, it can happen where God work miracle. Don't get me wrong, because if it's not your time, it's just not your time. And of course, someone can escape, but paying close attention to this man. This man said he was somewhere in the plane sitting down and he moved from that seat to the emergency door. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I hope the truth come out because, so many people lost their loved one and so many people lost their life. And this is like, it could be me, it could be my family, it could be a friend, it could be someone I know who's on that airplane also, which I'm mourning the loss of those people. But it's like it's just something for me at this moment. Really, I'm just looking at some evidence, not really here to bash anyone or put down. The man said that called himself a survivor, like he wasn't on the flight or anything. I just feel like the first thing they should have done is to check the airport to see if he really booked, really checking what seat was that man into, and those type of things. There's no one to tell the this about anything happened more than this man, because everybody in alive. So some of the things that I believe what they need to do is just to make sure this man literally was on the plane. You know what I mean? Because based on what he said, what happened, him and his brother probably went back to India for maybe a 9 months period, 8 to 9 months. Oh, the paramedic. And um both him and his brother was on the flight. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Something doesn't. I don't know. Something to me just don't add up. I don't know. It's just my feelings. I have a strong energy towards certain things, and I just pay close attention to every single thing. I'm not saying he wasn't on the plane. Don't get me wrong, people. Because as I said it again, God can work miracle. You know, if God said it's not his time, and if God want him to be a survivor, it's going to happen. Wish he said he was on the plane. But you want to tell me you come to your fire or whatever and look at your hair, look at your shirt and your face, and your hair got no, you air or something easily to melt, and not even strong of your hair melt. I'm just wondering if you was in the school or something. You know, the school that the plane, flying to. I just wondering if that's, I don't know. It's just really difficult. It's just really hard for me. Literally, like, I don't know. I have to see more strong evidence that this man was really on that plane. What was it? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of literally hard for me because once a plane go down, or the plane bomb in the building or stuff like that, the explosion and those type of thing, and every everything. Oh, it's only one person survive. It can happen. It can. It literally can happen, but I'm just thinking too, if he was literally on the plane, what really happened on the plane? I'm just wondering what literally happened if he was on the plane, if he tried to open the emergency door before even this accident occurred, or what really happened, because there's no one to tell the tears of anything more than this man that claims he was on the plane. And it just seemed pretty easy for them to check and see if this man board that flight. You know what I mean? And the seat that which he said he was in a different seat, and he moved the emergency door seat. So it kind of really nothing wrong to move, because I'm on a plane before, and it's like the plane didn't have much passenger, and like I sit in a seat with two other people, myself make three, and you have a lot of empty space, and I get up and go to the emergency door and sit there. So it's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just literally saying it just something just doesn't sound add up to me 100%. I had to be just real. Something just doesn't sound add up to me. You know what I mean? It's something. I'm wondering if there was a fight in that plane. I'm wondering if he opened the door, and that's what caused the plane to go down. I'm wondering what really happened. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, it just like as the plane took off, in second the plane, that's it. It just crazy, and it just hard. In these days, we have to be very careful, very, very careful. And these are some of the things then that, when I'm flying, the first thing, when I sit in my seat in the plane, what I literally did before that plane took off, I really pray and put every single one of us on that plane in the hands of God, and ask God to cover us under his blood, and just leave it in the hands of God. Because when we sit in that plane, we have the right to get up and ask them to let us out. And they have to. Because once they close the door and they announce the plane is about to take off, there's nothing else you can do when that plane taking off. It's either or either. Because there's no road. They have a road up there for them to fly the plane. You know what I mean? But it's not a road like down here, where you're driving your car, you hear a funny sound or something, and you can pull over. There's nothing up there. So, when you're flying in an airplane, it's just like sometimes it's just either or either. You got to put your mind, make sure everything is all set before you go into an airplane, and make sure you pray to God, and cover yourself. Just cover yourself under the blood of Jesus. Ask God to cover every single person. And let me tell you, no one is perfect. But I believe what they need to do, because too many plane crash these days, because even here between Boston, Massachusetts, Logan Airport, I believe on Friday, is it Thursday or Friday, one of those days. The plane is about to take off, and they lost control of the steering. You know, the plane get off a track. Just so many things going on these days with plane. So many things from this year started. From the new year started, every accident these days is just plane, airplane, airplane, airplane. It's just not safe. You know, it's just not safe. And if people really watch and see like the passenger them that board that plane, before they board a plane, you know, the family member, the energy that the family member they given to their loved one. It's like even some of the kids them, like it's like they telling them don't go, something going to happen. You know, if you know, I pay close attention to so many things, watch so many things. And you know, I read so many negative comments, you know, grieving comments and those type of things, where some people said there's a family member who board the flight also, three young kids, and husband and wife. The husband was away in the UK for many years, 6 years, and he put in the paperwork for his wife and 3 kids. They denied it. The second time they get through, and he flew to India to bring them back to the UK with him, and that was it. They both doctors, and you know, that was it. That was very sad. You know what I mean? People comment and saying that people like they greedy, they what? No, everyone have the right if you get the opportunity, you know, because you can be a doctor and live in your country. You're not making enough money, but you put in a lot of your time, but you're not making that money. If you get the opportunity to go to a foreign country where you can do better for yourself and your children, then why not take it? And her husband already did. So you know, nothing wrong with that based on some of the negative comments that people, you know, talk about. Because, you know, especially here in America, you're working in the medical field. You People work in the medical field work a decent check. They bring home a decent paycheck, of course. You know, so just to compare looking at the nurse, omeletate, a CNA, you know, maybe picking up a $30 an hour to compare a doctor. So of course, if somebody get that opportunity, you know, to go to a foreign country, especially they have children, to give them their children a better education and to live a better life also and work less. You know what I mean? And nothing is wrong because it could happen to anyone. You know, it could happen to anyone. It just really sad for everyone. Like, you know, you're telling your loved one bye. The words bye bye is not good to tell people. No, never do that. Mm-mm. Never tell someone bye. You know, watch all of those people telling their loved one bye. You see the tears, the grief. It's like, especially some of the kids, them that, you know, their parents leaving them and they pulling and screaming and crying and pulling them back. And it's just like, of course, they got to go to board a flight when, you know, the kids, they just feel the energy. That's it. That's the loss of them, seeing their loved one, family member crying and those type of things. Those are just signs, you know. Those are just signs. And you have a lady that she missed a flight, and you know, they telling her that the flight going to delay because of her if they try to stop the plane. Sometimes every disappointment for a good reason, and sometimes we're not supposed to question it, you know, not supposed to. Because I remember when I was younger back home in Jamaica, and you know, my every year, like my school, they have trip that we go and trip, you know, and they was going to Montego Bay, but my mother was very strict. Like, um, I don't remember what I did, if it was schoolwork or something, but my mother told me she's not going to let me go on that trip. She's not. And when she said no, it's just no. And I cried so much. I begged her so much. My mother said no. And my mother changed her mind the night, get up early, make my sandwich and pack my food and everything. And the bus, I missed the bus. I was late, 15 minutes late for the bus. I took another bus to catch that bus. I still didn't catch it. I turned back home. In less than about a hour, the bus crashed, and it was crazy. So sometime, I cry so much because I didn't get to go on that trip. All my friends, them, and, I cry so much. But when it's not your time, it's just not your turn, and you're not supposed to question it. And, as a young child, what happened when I was younger, it just taught me so many things. Every disappointment is for a reason. That lady is here today she happy today because she would be one of them who unalive also. But I don't know. I hope this man was really on the plane. And I just hope he could tell more things, what went on, what happened. I if he really was on the plane, I literally believe that at this time, today about 4 days since the accident happened, I believe that he can be panic, anxiety, and need the world support. Because traumatized, hypnotized, and those type of thing. Of course, it can happen, but my question is that man. Look at his hair, people. Just pay close attention in his hair. It just like I don't know how he get out from that plane. Where she said he get out. After he get out, they asked him again. After he get out, where he stepped, he said on the floor, but he mean on the ground. And how high was that this day? How high was it when he get out? These are some of the things them they should pay some close attention to. I just hope it's not someone literally tried to screw up these people their life, innocent people life. You know what I mean? Because this is just crazy. It's crazy. And it have to crazy for everybody because, especially you have some people like they don't want to take airplane for nothing, nothing, nothing. But it is really crazy. If the plane, something just literally happened to the plane itself and it go down, it's okay. Things can happen. But if it really someone have something to do with it, man, that's crazy, 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 really crazy. And I wish they could question this man more, just work with him. And I know he traumatized or something. What's going on? Because some of his words them not had enough, which he can traumatize by literally what happened, and but something just not had enough for me. People, something not had enough just for me. I can be wrong, which I'm not saying he wasn't on the plane. I'm not saying he had nothing literally to do with it, but who knows what can happen? You know what I mean? But it just literally like something just not had enough to me. I keep I pay attention to everything. I watch the videos them. I watch this man, somebody, which people can build up people to do so many things like you running and those type of things. But I just keep paying close attention in his head here. Not even a strand of that man head here disappear. I believe for a person come through a fire, even when heated heat, just the heat alone could scorch up the hair, and that man still have his hair. It's just like ridiculous to me right there. That's just my concern right there. That just my concern. And I don't know. It just something right there just not had enough for me right there. I don't know. But it just so sad. It just so sad. So sad. And I believe like, the world, all of us who want hear people who like, have their negative comments, which well, it doesn't matter what happened. People always have good, positive, and negative comments. At this time, you know, the people that are alive, we have to grieve for them also, and also for their loved one. It doesn't matter. We don't know them, but they still a human being. It could happen to any one of us, and we just have to support them by, say a word of prayer for their loved one. And they already gone. There's nothing can change, like literally bring them back in this world. It just cannot happen again because they already gone. And some of the disrespectful things that I come across, that I saw, is like people posting like the burned body. I think that's disrespectful. They should give them their privacy and those type of things. I don't think anyone should post they burn body. No, those burnt body. No, shouldn't happen. No, 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 no. I don't know, but I just keep my silent and just paying close attention to many things. And some of the things and the evidence that brought to my attention, something just not had enough. I just hope the truth come out, and because it's really crazy. I don't know what happened in these days. I don't know what happened in these days. So many with these airplane. What is it happening? I don't know. And also too, even though one of the pilot they have about 1100 hours flight time, the other one got probably 1600. I believe they should have maybe what they should have done is probably have another pilot that have more knowledge, flying with them also. That's how I literally feel, you know. That's how I literally feel, And what they need to do too, I believe, is that they are human being like us. We all have problems, People flying plane and stuff like that, they pilot, leaving their family, their wife, their husband. You know what I mean? They stressed. You don't know what they're going through and stuff like that. Some of them, you don't know who on drugs. You don't know the evil thoughts in some of these people. You know what I mean? Nobody know. So I believe what they should have done before these pilot, they board a plane, they should have them do drugs tests. They should have them do medical checkup as often as necessary to see the health condition also. You know what I mean? Nobody know what these people are going through. They're human being like us, just like someone could have a heart attack. Something can happen. Nobody know what literally can happen. And I feel like people, they should let people build up more time. This is people life taken, you know. Have an expert pilot with them all the time so they can know, some pressing one little thing can cause so many damage. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why, I don't know. I just started to get used to flying plane since 2023, and I still not 100%, but I can sit and relax these days, feel comfy, like I'm not even in an airplane. But now it's just like I'm building back that anxiety flying again. You know what I mean? Because I can't fly without not taking medication in front of these pilot them in the plane. I gotta be honest, because every time I fly, I have anxiety. I just don't like plane ride. Don't. I feel like my heart is coming out every single time I'm boarding a plane. I have to make sure I have my bottle of water right there and my medication to take before I go in that plane, because they land a couple of times because I feel like I'm having an heart attack, emergency landing. Not a plane ride person, but it's just scary. And like, I start to feel good, get rid of the anxiety flying, and I feel like it coming back again because of so many things happening these days. People, we all got to come together. Doesn't matter, who we are, where we from, where we at. We just have to pray and say, put the words of prayer in, for, those people already gone. All we can do is mourn the loss of them. But, just to pray for their loved one to cope and ask God to touch them and anointed them. That's all we can do, because prayer cannot bring them back. Nothing can bring them back. They already gone. They exit out of this world. But we can still pray for this not to happen again, and we can still pray for their loved one. And these are some of the things why I believe in God. Many people don't. It's okay, but I believe in God, and even just going out there, picking up my key. As soon as I pick up my keys, walking down the stairs, I start to pray, talk to God, ask him to cover me. Because many times we leave out, we never come back home. How many people didn't make it back home? So we just have to pray and cover ourselves under the blood of Jesus, because the devil is ruling the world these days, okay? And the people let the devil ruling them. We just have to pray, and have that faith and that hope, and know that God going to carry us through. Just as though we get up every day breathing, he carry us through. So just not easy. It's just really, really hard. And I'm just hoping the plane really, something happened to the plane on its own. You know what I mean? I just hope so. I just hope that something really, the plane really faulted, or, something. It's not just like someone literally unalive those people. Mm-mm. It's just crazy, just so sad, just so sad to see what's going on since the new year started, So many things, as, the Bible said, in times when the time is near, we're going to see so many signs and wonders, so many things. But I don't know if this is signs. I don't know if this is wonders, because God is not a evil man. No, he's not a wicked man. God not going to let this literally happen. Mm-mm. No. No. Mm-mm. I got 3 sons. It could be my kids that I'm in the plane too. Could be me. Could be my sibling. Could be someone from my family. It's just hard. Very hard and painful. Very, very hard. Mm-mm. Very, very hard and painful. I think what they need to do is, like, I don't know what gonna happen now. I don't know, because people will say, okay, we're gonna try to work hard to cover certain areas, but this thing been going on since the year started, and it's continue. Nowhere is safe. Nothing is safe anymore. Nothing is safe. It is very crazy, people. But anyway, people, you all have a good rest of the night, people. But people, people pay close attention into things, and when people post things, it's not just quick to comment whether negative or positive. Just pay close attention into things, like, for days now, I've been looking into a lot of things, like the survivor, and so many things brought to my attention, which I just can't come to the fact that this man really was on the flight. You know, it just, like, if you look at his face, you just get a little thing. It's just like, I don't know. I'm wondering if he was in the school, because they said on the plane flying the medical school. I was just wondering if he was in the school. I just wondering, I don't know. They have to make sure check with the airport to make sure this man was on the plane. And the man said his brother was on the plane. Who knows? It's let me leave this word alone. Hmm. Something just not had up to me. You know? Something just not had enough. Anyway, people, hey, have fun. And how you guys doing? Guys, I hope you all have a good night. And you all take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.